Okay, so welcome to Akashic Tools and Techniques, where we are joined by the incredible Valentina Matthias, who is an international Royal Akashic elder and guardian, part of the royal lineage, and she is a master healer. And joining Valentina is myself as co-host, Corinne. I am a soul guide and an Akashic graduate. So, in this segment, Valentina is going to be demonstrating some very simple but powerful Akashic tools that you can integrate into your life to bring a lot more harmony into your life. And today, the amazing technique that Valentina is going to bring through and demonstrate is the heart matrix of integrity, which since learning this in level one with Valentina, I have integrated into my life, and it's really harmonize so many interactions. So I'm so excited for you to discuss this with us right now in this conversation. So welcome.
Thank you. It's so nice to be here. Thank you, Corinne. It's always lovely being in your presence. Love our chats. And welcome to everyone out there. So, as Corinne said, this is an Akashic technique coming out of the Akash and into your life. That is done when I do the training. So, you're getting a little bit of insight into all of these beautiful extra bits that come through besides the basic training to assist you in your daily life and to create harmony in training, and in this case, harmony in your life and people that you interact with. So, the matrix of integrity came through initially as a way to connect the sacred circle, the group in training. And then it became really apparent that this particular skill that my Akashic guides brought through to teach is really important actually for your daily lives, because people often talk about there being false matrices out there or false AI creations. All of that is nowhere near as intelligent as the cells inside your body. By the way, anything that's created out there as a false matrix or a false AI, something or other, it, what you can do and what we can do with each other in our integrity is so much more powerful. And we're the blueprint, not the false matrices, not the false AI creations. We're the blueprint.
Yeah.
So I'm going to teach you what you can do. And it's so much more powerful and works in a couple of great ways to keep you safe if you're feeling like there's some weird energies around that you're not comfortable with, or that feel like there's something that's fake around you. And also just to help you connect with people in a more meaningful way, even if you don't know them in a deeper, meaningful way. So, but it's not weird and invasive. Everything's always done with asking for permission, and we have free will on Earth. So it's quite simple. Should I just go through the process now? Should we just dive in?
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah. So uh, you you say, if I was going to do it with you, Corinne, the first thing I would do is send out like a wave of energy from my heart chakra in the middle of the chest, my heart energy center, to yours, and ask to connect. And then once that connection is made, then we have a matrix of integrity connecting us. And then I also pop a Merkaba, which is sacred geometry, just in my crown, and one in yours as well. And then this activates my light body and your light body. So it basically activates both of us to a truthful, high version of who we are, whilst also remaining in our bodies and having our heart chakras, our heart centers connected. So we can keep this really high vibrational, clear truth of who we are, connection with each other. And that's a very simplistic form, and it's a really nice thing to do when chatting with people. But I might also do it, say, with a tree and the cat and the dog, and maybe there's some beautiful field of energy I want to bring in, like, compassion or love or acceptance. So I'll create this, what I call this little matrix. It's just the heart energy flowing. I do it, to me, it's like quantum strings, but it could be like a wave or a shaft of energy. But it's focused. It's not just flowing energy out. It's focused towards specific beings or things. So connect up in that way. Or, if I was in a group situation and I noticed that someone was feeling really uncomfortable that I care about, I might create that matrix of integrity with, a friend or a cousin or something like that, just to sort of bring that level of safety in, between a few of us. If someone is behaving in a way that's a bit offensive or something. And yeah, you just send the shaft of light or the string of energy or the flow of energy from your heart chakra. You ask to connect. You'll know if it's a no because you'll feel like, boom, and you have to respect that. It's not going to happen. Free will is very important, sovereignty and free will. But usually I've found it's a yes. And it's very subtle and gentle. It's not like this big, oh, we're going to create this thing and we're going to be separate from everyone else and it's our little secret. It's not like that. It's very subtle and gentle and quite beautiful. And a really beautiful way to operate when, if you're concerned about there being false matrices and false AI creations, to just create that with energy fields that
Yeah.
and people that are in their integrity. And then you just kind of observe it and it will come to you, and that's it. It's that simple. It will come to you in different ways. I'm a seer. I see a lot. So it always appears as sacred geometry forming between me and the other person, or me and the few things or the few people. And I love that. I love watching it. I'm like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. um, and other people see a color forming or have a feeling. And that's the basic process. And um, like you might need it for a short amount of time. It generally is just for a certain period of time, and then it just dissipates naturally and off you go. I imagine, I haven't done it this way, but imagine if someone you care about's in surgery or something, you might do that to hold space while they're in surgery until they come out the other side. Like you can just adapt it to what you need. We're creative, adaptive beings as humans. So a little bit of Akashic technique can go a long way for you to use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's beautiful, Valentina. And we're gonna show a demonstration of you doing it in actually a training course that I did, the
Right.
Shadow Dreamweaving Mastery teachings.
Yeah.
The audience can see it in action in terms of a group where we are conscious that it's happening. So Valentina's inviting us in consciously to this. But before we move on to that, I did have a few questions just to assist the audience to just understand on a deeper level. So you mentioned flowing out this energy from your heart chakra, and I know unless they've done training with you, they might not have come across this word chakra before. So can you just give them a little explanation as well?
Yeah. Sure. So the simple explanation is that words have vibration, and Shakara is open and expansive. So the guides at Source Akash said to me when I was doing a session for a client a while ago, and I was guided, it was a distance session, I was guided to create a crystal representation of their Kundalini. And as I went through each chakra, as I was calling them then, this Akashic guide from Source came in and said, Shakara, say Shakara. So I went through doing that. And then when that session had finished, the guy, and I was starting to close the Akash, the guide came in and said, this is not just for this client. This is how we want you to say it. This is the original correct pronunciation. We want your shakaras to be open and expansive. Shakara. So that's how I've been saying it since then, because I'm a little Akashic fully Akashic, big Akashic, little Akashic, medium, all Akashic. If they say, my guides say to do something, I just do it.
Oh,
Uh, and and then it also came through as teaching. It's taught now in level 1 to say it like that. And in level 2, we go into the light language and the coding that's in each of those pronunciations, the Sha, the Ka, and the Ra. And there's sort of like, yeah, we won't talk about that now, but
oh,
it's something very simple, but
yeah.
a really important fine tuning. Yeah.
And like I say, I don't think, we're so used to hearing chakra, chakra is all over the place, right? And that's, how I've connected to the Shakara system. So it's just amazing to understand that upgrade and how Shakara
Yeah. It's a
opening.
refinement, I guess, and a return to original
Good.
coding. This is a big part of the way I teach. It's return to the original architecture, return to the original coding.
Yeah.
Um, and we do that a lot in life too. Like we're told something is one way, so we accept it. And then when we find out through our own exploration that it's something different, we're just like gobsmacked, like, oh, all this time I thought it was A, but it's B. And
Yeah.
it's like, well, no, you didn't really think it was A. You were told that and you accepted it.
Right.
So anyway, yeah.
That's it, how, and this will probably be another Akashic conversation, how many beliefs have we got? I always like to point out in the word belief is the word lie. Many of them are illusions that we've just been given. And we,
Yes. Yeah.
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 But it's
Yeah.
exciting to,
That is will be another great conversation. Yeah.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so I've got more questions, but let's first cut to a demo of
Yes.
Valentina doing the heart matrix of integrity with myself and the students that were doing the master teachings with us, and then we'll pick back up from there.
Starting to create a matrix of integrity, flowing waves of heart energy into each person's heart chakra. So, this is like a quantum string of energy. For some people, it's a shaft of light that comes out. And I'll go through each person. Stuart, welcome. Corinne, welcome. Mia, welcome. Osa, welcome. Just feeling that matrix of integrity between us. Practicing feeling what a matrix of integrity feels like. As you can form these yourself outside of these groups with people that you want to be connected with, animals, trees, spirit guides, energy fields. We are so much more sophisticated and so much more intelligent and powerful within ourselves than any false matrices or any AI fractal imitations of anything. We just have to practice and claim our skills. It's lovely feeling it now between us.
Okay, that was beautiful, Valentina. And obviously, it was great to see the demo after you explaining about the heart matrix of integrity. And obviously, when we saw that demo, we all knew consciously that you were doing that heart matrix of integrity. So you invited us by name, but as you kind of discussed, this can be used with anybody at any time, and you don't necessarily have to say to somebody, by the way, I'm creating a heart matrix of integrity with you, because you might not even know that person. And you can actually do that in your own inner world, right? So can you just explain a little bit how that would work if you don't actually know the person?
The person, well, the thing you have to remember is asking for permission. And even though you're not intuitive, you might be thinking, I don't know if they're saying yes or no. Like, can't I just ask with my words? But you might not know them. And you'll feel if there's a no, they'll just be like, this is not happening. And you'll just be like, that's okay. it was just an idea, just a great idea, but okay.
Right.
So, for example, I find it easy to teach with examples. I'm very immersive, giving examples kind of person. So, I lived in Bali for a lot of last year, 2024, and you may have heard, or if you've visited there, in the bigger cities, I lived in Ubud. Um, it's crazy, like, and Ubud's not even that busy, really, actually. But it's crazy, the scooters. Oh my God, and the traffic and just the chaos and the zipping in and out. So every time I would hop on the back of a scooter, so I'd order a scooter to travel around. I wasn't driving it. I'd have a driver, and I would immediately ask from my heart, send out a string of energy to create a matrix of integrity. And it was always accepted, which might just be because they're such beautiful people.
Yeah.
Always accepted. And I could feel that. And then I'd pop a Merkaba on my crown and I'd pop a Merkaba on their crown. And then I could feel, as I said before, I can see the geometry. So I could feel the geometry happening. And in Bali, I would always get a color. So then I would feel a color around us, like this became a protection matrix of integrity. So say if it was a pink or a blue, and then as we weaved in and out of the traffic, I could feel it like this solid connection of us going and da 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 da. And it was amazing because, you know, it changes everything. It changes any anxiety I might have been, holding about navigating traffic on the back of this, scooter, completely open, no protection. Well, a helmet. Um, and any anxiety they might be feeling. You never know what kind of day they're having either. It just put us in a different zone. It's like being in our own capsule, our own matrix of integrity, um, as we went through, navigated the traffic. So that's one example. Does that help? I can't remember the question now, actually.
That will help. Yeah. So the question was, how if you're doing it with someone that doesn't you're not consciously inviting them in.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
It's amazing. And actually, I'm going to share one of my examples because I think because obviously, Valentina, you feel, you see, you're an Akashic master and your gifts are really expansive and open. And obviously, I'm on that journey as a mentee of healing and integrating my gifts again. So my experiences are different. So I think if I share that, that will also people that are in.
yeah,
So for
yeah,
me, I had I feel and I just know. I just know. I feel and I know right now. So I recently was going to this government appointment that I had, which I really did not want to go to. It was the first appointment on a Monday morning, and as I sat there waiting to see the lady that I was seeing, I just closed my eyes and I just intended to create. So I just in my mind, I was like, I intend to create a heart matrix of integrity, and I intended to send out a stream of energy from my heart to her heart, asking for permission to connect in my mind, and I didn't hear a yes or a no, but I didn't feel her. I didn't feel like Valentina says like no, and I could just feel a warm energy. And I just made that intention in my mind, closed my eyes, imagine myself doing it. And then when I had that interview with her, it was amazing. It went so easily. At the end of it, she was like, wow, I'm going to book you in to be my first appointment on a Monday every time because you've just set my day off in such a good mood. Normally my Monday mornings don't start. She was so happy with the interaction. So you can experience firsthand how it changes. But I just kind of wanted to let the audience know that, like you mentioned in the demo, it's practice, right? The more you do it, the more we attune to it.
yeah,
And
yeah. It's practice. And you don't have to put the Merkaba in your crown chakra and in theirs. I probably, I always go a bit further than necessary with, everything. So
but it's great because then they've got those different levels of
different levels, you might not even know what a Merkaba is. So that's fine. Just
the
you can
conversation.
do the way Corinne does it. Yeah. But you might be right in there, like, oh yeah, I'm doing the Merkaba. I'm I'm walking down the street. I'm connecting with the trees. I'm connecting with my next appointment. Yeah. It's
Now
so cool.
I'm
But it
like,
can be really simple as well. Yeah. Eh?
I said I'll
Yeah.
be worker now. But
Yeah.
another thing I just wanted to really share with the audience as well is there was a time when I started my spiritual awakening. I used to lay down and do Shakara meditations, or as then I would see them as chakra meditations. And they'd say, I'm going into this Shakara and we're clear. And I couldn't feel anything, right? But I felt relaxed. I felt relaxed. So I could experience myself feeling less stressed, but I couldn't feel what they were saying. And then years later, boom, I can feel all of my chakras. And I could use my mind to intend to move the energy one way and move it the other way. And I could feel it and I could scan down my body. And that came in time. So I just want to share that to say that your intention is really powerful. It's an energy.
Yeah.
And if you intend something, even if you can't feel it right now, just know that's going to come in time because we're just dissolving blocks in the body. So just
Yeah.
that it's happening and you'll experience it actually, just like you'll be able to see that it's happening, even if you can't feel it right now.
Yeah.
I share that to encourage people that are at the beginning of the journey and maybe they don't feel it right now, just to keep going.
Yeah.
Just know it.
Yeah. And it's a really important point because a lot of us in the modern world live in a transactional world where, you're meant to do something and receive a benefit, or you're meant to pay something and receive something, or someone can, demand something from you and pay for it, and you have to, perform in a certain way. So all of this energy work is not transactional, and you can't hold your energy body self and your wise self to some sort of, standard of, well, I've done the work. So uh,
Exactly.
show me my shikaras now because I've put in the time, and that's how we work in this incarnation. So that's a really good point, to be patient with your own blocks, to be patient with your own wisdom and how it wants to communicate with you, how your energy centers, how your shikaras want to light up and feel safe with you in their own time. Um, it's a really different shift in consciousness. Spiritual and soul work is not transactional.
Right.
Yeah, you can't be demanding of
Exactly.
it,
I
but you
think
can be humble and do the processes. Yeah,
even if you're not feeling it, you will start to see the shifts if you're consistent. I was absolutely dedicated to it. You'll start to feel the shifts in your physical life because you'll feel less stressed. You'll feel, because you are healing, even if you can't feel it in your body at that point, because it is a reconnection back to the body. Because many bodies, we're numb from our bodies, and people have to melt those blocks and reconnect. But that feeling will come in time, but you'll start to experience even before the feeling, you'll start to experience
yeah,
you're consistent. Um,
yeah. You'll experience a change in the timber or the quality of your life. Yeah.
completely. Yeah. Amazing.
Well,
So
thank you for sharing that. Good on you,
yeah, no,
taking the time and trusting.
yeah,
Yeah,
um, and I'm so glad that I have done because so many blessings has come from doing that. So yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Cool.
So just one other question I wanted to ask you, which you mentioned in that demo that you can use this on animals, spirit guides, and then you said energy fields. What do you mean by energy fields?
Oh, I just mean like, well, there can be nature energy fields and emotional and spiritual energy fields. So there might be like you know, beautiful energy coming in with the sun, or beautiful energy that you're feeling like is there coming off a mountain or coming off a body of water. So it's not just looking, it's like connecting with the energy that's coming out. And also, there's like, you might need to connect with an energy field of compassion or forgiveness or love, or more energy. You might be feeling fatigued.
Yeah,
Um, so, for example, you could do like a matrix of integrity with, say, your ex-partner and an energy field of forgiveness. Um, And imagine how beautiful that would be. Like even saying it, I can feel it. It's like, wow, how nice would that be? Yeah. So you might connect before a flight with the yeah, the plane and then energy field of safety and yourself. And you connect ahead of time of you sitting in the plane, the pilot, a feeling of safety and yourself. But remember, you're asking to connect. The pilot might not want to connect, so you just go with yourself in the plane, safety, and the feeling of your destination. Like you might create that as a matrix of integrity of walking through the airport happily once you've arrived, before you go somewhere. There's no limit to it. Just think it through a little bit. Remember to ask permission and
Yeah.
leave comments if you need to. Here, Corinne and I, or any of the graduates might comment to give you wonderful tips and advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just making me think of like, it's like, you're sending out ahead of you this intelligent, loving heart energy to pave the way for a harmonious day, right? It's, that's what you're doing. So you're going to make your life so much
Yeah.
easier.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, you really are. It's really such a wonderful, wonderful skill come through for you from the Akashic Library. So to help you in your incarnation, your daily life. Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
It'd be amazing if, people that are new to this, the audience members, they, experiment with it, right? We've got opportunities
Yeah,
constantly in our lives to practice these techniques and see ourselves. Because I always say, we can share things, but you've got to really do it. And then you can embody the truth of it because you're experiencing it. And that helps you to embody. So we'd love to hear your experiences.
yeah. We would love to hear your experiences, and embodying these practices is, it's what we're here for. Like, seriously, this is one of the only dimensions and the only one of the few planets where we can bring things into form, where we can embody ourselves into a body, and we can work on the equations of life, or what some people might call manifestations, and see how they go. Oh, that equation worked. Fantastic. That one went sideways. Let me rethink my energy that I'm putting into that. Whereas in other dimensions or other aspects of ourselves that are floating out there in energy form, those aspects of ourselves can spend hundreds and thousands of years feeling an equation. Yeah, I would love the opportunity to see if I can bring it into form, if I can bake that cake.
Right.
Nope,
Try again.
not until we come into this dimension and actually have form. So, yeah, we would encourage you to practice and enjoy the fact that you can practice, you can succeed, you can stuff up. It's all wonderful to have the opportunity in a world with form, with 3D reality, to try things out. Yeah, your soul loves it. It's like what we're here for, apart from, our service and our mission to the planet. We're here to like, oh, let me try what it's like with form.
Right. Yeah. It's an honor to
Yeah,
be here when you start to reconnect back to those
yeah,
higher aspects.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Amazing.
So,
Amazing.
having said that, the matrix of integrity is not particularly about form, but yeah, try it out anyway. It's good. It's good to try your equations here on Earth.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. You're
Right. Well,
probably thinking, am I meant to bake a cake afterwards?
you could.
Did I miss something?
Maybe create the heart nature of integrity with a cake. It'll taste better.
Yeah,
More yummy.
yeah. More yummy. Yeah. Feel the yumminess.
Exactly. Uh,
I think it needs a bit of a pomegranate flavour. Let me add that field in.
amazing. Well, thank you so much for that, Valentina. And like we say, we're
You're welcome.
interested in
Thank
hearing how
you.
it goes for you guys. And if there's any other sort of, if you've got any questions or any topics you'd like to hear us have a conversation about, then feel free to leave some in the comments. And yeah, so
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Corinne. Thank you to everyone for listening, and enjoy your matrices of integrity, creating your life connections.
yeah,
Ciao.
see you on the next one. Bye for now.